Hello and welcome. This is Rising Dawn 144. Got a collective message going out. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. That being said, let's see what the universe wants us to know. Show me clearly. What messages do you have for collective? Show me clearly, please. What guide us? Okay, adaptability. The Woodwives. Adapting to your environment, the changes. Tell me about this adaptability. The wall, obstacles. Two came out. Connectivity, the jeweled web. And watchers, transpersonal. Okay, so adapting to the obstacles, because it's all interconnected. The obstacles, there's lessons in the obstacles and the way that you can maneuver and adapt to them. The Watchers transpersonal talks about not only you elevating to a higher ground to where you get a better view of how it's all connected. That's how you realize that these obstacles are part of the path, because it's all connected. It also talks about our ancestors, the Watchers that are watching you, the guides, ancestors, watching you go through these obstacles and adapt to them and putting the pieces together. I want to read something on that adaptability. These cards are amazing. It's the Shaman's Dream Oracle. Absolutely love them. All right. The Woodwives dance into your dreams as a reminder to be grounded no matter what life offers you. You need not know who you are, what you'll tolerate, what you've learned to date, and what boundaries to set so you feel good about yourself. Life is going to offer you something extraordinary now, and in order to learn and receive its blessings, you must remember that being grounded gives you more freedom, not less. Okay, keeping your balance through these obstacles. Great blessings are here. Can you tell me about the adaptability, please? Straddling worlds, wandering between realms. Okay, that's why you have to be adaptable. Like in shamanic work, you're working between the realms. You're taking information from one realm to another, trying to, well, you are adapting to the transition of walking like this. You have to be extremely grounded for this work. Tell me about the wall. Lost compass, getting back to integrity. Finding the way home, trusting your intuition. When the lost compass appears, it is a sign that you need to find your way back home, back to your source and center, relying on your intuition to arrive there. Be wary of the signs telling you to turn here or there, or to avoid this or that person or situation, because the outward indicators are not reliable right now. Be careful not to believe all the advice you're receiving. Rely instead on your inner sense of direction and guidance, and use your homing instinct to lead you true. That's the obstacles. That's the obstacles. As you travel between these realms, you can't, like in the lower realm as well as the higher realm, you can't trust everybody. It's just like working in this realm. Some people look very nice and they could be the nastiest people inside, and vice versa, you know. So, you, trust you. That's what that's saying. Yeah, that's the obstacle. Talking about this web, jeweled web. Root girl, the disowned self. Hidden beauty, the need for acceptance and love. Root girl sits shivering, unclean and naked, at the base of the tree of the self. She is unloved, unwanted, and shunned for her deformities. She has no home but is safe burrowing underground to dwell near the deepest roots of the sacred tree. Who is she to you? Could this urchin be the one part of you that reintegrated can lead you to wholeness and true purpose? Well, that's the web, that's the connectivity. So that's what you're doing between these realms. It says this is a part of you, the embodiment of a deeply flawed perception of your failures, manifesting as guilt and shame. When you project envy onto others or any emotion or instinct that you've learned to repress or deem unnatural, it's the homeless child self crying for attention, acceptance, and love. So that is your you have to trust your inner child. Your inner child's guiding you, and you have to trust her. You go into your shadow and you meet your inner child. And if you're already straddling worlds, you already know this. So you have to love him, your inner child. You have to love him. That's you at the core. That's your very essence. So you have to heal. You have to heal it. It's connected. That's the jeweled web. It's all connected. So the obstacle is you not trusting yourself and trusting others. The watchers, please. Tell me about this watchers. 2 through it came out. Let's see. Fallen angels, spiritual narcolepsy, and closing the door completion. This is you being asleep, spiritual narcolepsy. That cycle is completed. You're not asleep anymore. And the watchers, please. Repairing the veil, forgiveness. With forgiveness of your failures, everything that has your inner child in shame, guilt, feeling unloved, anything that has power over your inner child like that, you have to forgive it. It has to be forgiven. It has to be transmuted. So that's the process you're in right now. That is a very deep process. But you're there. You're doing it. Your spirit team's here with you. Dance is on one foot, the balancing act. You have to keep your balance as you're adapting through these realms, as you're going in these shadows. Because when you go and talk to your inner child, sometimes you get memories back that your subconscious or whatever has like shut them down because they would destroy you if you're not emotionally balanced enough to take that information and transmute it into love, transmute it into light, see the lesson that was in that horrible thing that made your inner child shrink like that. So you're reawakening from the inside, from like deep down inside your shadows. So let's see what the tarot has to say. What do you want the collective to know? King of Cups. Okay, the King of Cups has been through all the emotions and now has complete total understanding of these emotions, control, balance, Six of Wands, victory. That's victory and recognition. Could be the recognition of your heart, your true heart. We have King of Wands. Okay, talking about this King of Wands. Whoa, Two of Cups. Talking about that Two of Cups. Page of Swords. Somebody's watching, learning, listening. Talking about this Page of Swords. Eight of Swords. Self-imposed trap. Okay. King of Cups. Is someone with an open heart, emotional balance. Six of Wands, victory, recognition of a King of Wands that's in a relationship. The Page of Swords is someone that's been watching and learning, like spying on this relationship. And the King of Wands is pointing at the relationship. Okay, so the Kings, that's just masculine energy. It could be male, female. So if the King of Cups and King of Wands are in this relationship, the King of Cups is being recognized. The King of Wands is watching it, and it's putting them in the Eight of Swords. Let's clarify. Talking about this King of Cups. This King of Cups could be the wife and masculine energy, you know, same King of Wands could be, I mean, that's mastery. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords sits on her throne with the truth. She'll listen to what you have to say with an open heart. Talking about this Queen of Swords. Yeah, she's open to listening, but she already knows the truth, so I definitely wouldn't lie to her. Ten of Wands. That's burden. Getting the truth of why you've been feeling this burden. Ten of Wands. Tell me about the Ten of Wands. Victory and recognition of what's been oppressing you. And by opening your heart, you're able to get this truth, see the truth. We have Temperance with this King of Wands. Temperance is tempering your anger, staying in balance, not allowing emotions to knock you off. What flipped out as well? Four of Pentacles. That's trying to, it's either receiving from what you've built or it's trying to control and hold on too tight. And tell me about the Temperance. It's also protecting your resources. Three of Pentacles. Building something on this relationship. Okay. So what I just got is this Queen of Swords is the feminine. And she's in her masculine King of Cups. She's mastered the emotional roller coaster. She's gotten victory and recognition. She's gotten recognition over what was oppressing her and keeping her burdened, which is the King of Wands. But meanwhile, she's still building with this King of Wands, keeping her temperance, seeing the obstacle and adapting to it. Because you're building now with this relationship. Tell me about the Three of Pentacles. Justice. That's what that Page of Swords. Yeah, justice comes in swiftly. And that's karma. That's whatever you give, you get back. Karma was watching. Yikes. Justice, please. The Hierophant. Spirit. Using your spiritual practice to get you out of your head. Okay. To keep you out of your head, because you realize that this person has been doing this to you when it's supposed to be a loving relationship. Two of Cups. Okay, so you have to adapt to the surroundings. Maybe you're not able to exit yet. You know, we all know circumstances. So that's what I'm getting, is that this relationship is together, but you know the truth of the burden, and the King of Wands doesn't know how you know this. They're watching you and they have no idea how you're keeping yourself tempered. Maybe you used to fly off the handle. Maybe they were able to, you know, poke those buttons. It's a Queen of Swords. Tell me about the Queen of Swords. But through your open heart is how you got this knowledge. Being able to adapt to it and accept the truth without closing your heart. Page of Pentacles. This truth gives you what you need to start down a certain path. Page of Pentacles. Seven of Cups. Gives you choices. Seven of Cups aren't all illusions. Only some of them are illusions. This talks about taking your time to look in each cup and investigate them, to see which ones are the illusions, which ones you really want to pick. So Seven of Cups. You realize that you have what you need to make these choices now. So you're taking your time. That's why you're still in this situation when you know the truth. Four of Pentacles. Okay, tell me about the Four of Pentacles. Ace of Cups. So you're being given this sort of truth so that you can see the options that are available. Like this Seven of Cups is like you going between the realms, getting information. And the Four of Pentacles, I'm taking that as you're choosing, as you're in this situation, you're choosing what you want to keep. It's almost like you're paying attention to the people around you and seeing which ones you want to keep on the new path that you're getting ready to take, because you're not going to stay in this forever. You're just here for right now. That's why you have to be adaptable. These are the obstacles. There's a reason you're here. You have to be in this position in order to do the work that you need to do at this moment. You know this. Okay, so tell me about the Ace of Cups. Because you're getting this whole new emotional beginning, and you're not taking just anybody. Anyone that's been oppressing you, trying to put illusions, you're not taking with you on the next Justice. That's swift. That's Eight of Wands. That's quick, fast messages, movement. And this is after the Ace of Cups. I'm talking about this Eight of Wands. Two of Wands. Look into spirit, using your spiritual connections or whatever to manifest what you want. Two of Wands, you're trying to figure out, oh, these are opportunities. Okay. This justice is bringing in all these opportunities. Like they're all going to come at one time. And you're going to have to sit there. The Two of Wands, that's like picking two of them. Like you got two favorites because you've already went through and you sifted through what you want to keep, what you don't want to keep. Like you're making future plans. It may look like you're sitting still, but you're fast at work. Going in between those realms. Page of Pentacles, please. The Lovers. That's what I was talking about. That's a decision about matters of the heart. What you're going to invest totally and fully into your heart. Talking about this Lovers. Three of Swords. Yep. Accepting those cold hard truths. That's what the Seven of Cups. By investigating every single one of those cups before you make a decision, and you do, this Ace of Cups, that's your decision. But you had to accept the truth about the ones that were illusions. Right here. This Ten of Wands, you didn't know that's what was oppressing you. You didn't know that was the burden. Somebody was putting that on your back. Someone close to you in a relationship. Two of Cups. Someone you build with. Three of Swords. But accepting this Three of Swords is the path forward. You have to accept the complete and total truth if you want to live in truth. The Devil. Bam. The cold hard truth about this Devil. That looks like you're in a relationship with. Ace of Swords with that Ace of Cups. Right there. There's that truth and clarity because you accepted it. You didn't keep those rose-colored glasses on. You really looked at those cups. Those offers. Five of Pentacles. Okay, that talks about being left out in the cold. The truth of why you're left out in the cold? Or the truth that is leaving somebody else out in the cold, because that's with justice coming in swiftly with the Eight of Wands. Talking about this Five of Pentacles. The Hanged Man. What? Tell me about this, Lovers. The Hanged Man, you put yourself in suspension. That's like you've already been through certain processes and now you're just waiting for kind of like the slate being wiped clean. That's funny how that happened. The Lovers, Knight of Swords. Okay. This is moving forward fast with truth, but it's also truth that doesn't. It's like someone coming in and just like spitting stuff out of their mouth, not caring how it affects people around them. What was this? This Hangman position, Eight of Pentacles is what flipped over. So this landed on the Hangman and spun. Like, kept on spinning. So you're in the Hangman position until you can get what you deserve. You invested all the time, effort into the Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles when you received that. And that was supposed to be on the Hangman because it just kept spinning. Tell me about that Knight of Swords. It's this Knight of Swords. Knight of Cups. Oh. Alright. Tell me about the Knight of Cups. The World, that's with that Devil energy. And in that cycle. Okay. At this point, I see you as the Knight of Swords. You're riding forward with this truth that you've received, this Ace of Swords. You're moving forward. You don't care who you hurt, because the people that were supposed to be in a loving relationship with you were the ones that were putting the burdens on your back. They're probably the ones that are the cause for your inner child to be hiding, feeling unloved. And they're coming at you because you have the cold hard truth now. They're coming at you as the Knight of Cups with a proposal. That's like gaslighting. But you're, ooh, High Priestess at the bottom of the deck, straddling both worlds. Tell me that world card, please. The Empress. The Empress is the mother. She is the woman right there. They're seeing the truth of who you are. Like who you really are. Judgment. The Empress is calling judgment. That's why they're left out in the cold. Yeah, this Ace of Swords is what you needed. By accepting the truth about these illusions and these burdens, it opened you up to receiving the Ace of Swords. That is the power to like slice right through. And that's when you left them out in the cold. You put yourself in Hangman's position, because you're not coming down unless you're getting what you earned. That's why you're moving forward on the truth. This Knight of Swords, they're coming forward with a proposal because they want you to calm your butt down and not end this cycle and not step into your power. So you call judgment. You're the Empress. Four of Cups, yeah. You're not accepting any offers that are not. They better come correct. You're not accepting it. You're sitting there drinking your tea, calling judgment. You've stepped into your power at this moment. This Ace of Cups, this Ace of Swords. You stayed balanced through all this. It's like it was calculated decisions. You were following that intuition. High Priestess, following the information that you're getting from inside, not outside. Talking about the Knight of Swords. Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is the where you're putting, this card talks about putting in all that work, and all you do is hit a blank wall. Like he built this ladder, these steps going up there, and there's a window to the side, there's a hole on the other side, but in front of him where his stairs lead, it's just a wall you can't get through. So it led to nothing. All of that hard work, all that effort led to nothing. You're standing in that truth. You're riding that horse on that truth. Seven of Pentacles, and you're not coming out of hangman position until you receive what you deserve. Way too many, but we got the Chariot, which is victory, and the Wheel of Fortune. Where are these? Ten of Pentacles, receiving what you manifested in generosity. Cool beans. Five of Cups. Okay, tell me about the Seven of Pentacles. Page of Wands. Yeah, that's that sending a child in. Maybe this person was like a child. You had to invest a lot of time and energy into building with this person, this relationship, and it led to nowhere. It's because they had a purpose, their purpose, and that you find the connectivity, that web, Their purpose was to keep you from finding out who you really are. Or you could look at it the other way. Their purpose was to put these obstacles in your path so that you could conquer them and become who you really are. But then when you become who you really are, they don't like it because you shut down that energy quick. You step into your power and you just cut that devil energy right off with that sword. Tell me about this Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is someone young coming in with the message. Chariot again with that World card. That's victory. Four of Swords. Healing. Pausing. End of a cycle. Brand new beginning. The Chariot moving forward. That's victory. That's past lessons learned. Moving forward. Adapting. Adaptability. Tell me about the Chariot. Five of Swords. You're sitting in your power and you're not. They're trying to fight with you because you have this victory and they want to like knock you off your high horse. Sorry. Five of Swords is trying to win at all costs, but it's also you not accepting the fight. You're walking away from it. It's not, well, you're in the Chariot, so no, you see above it. You see the purpose in it. The gaslighting didn't work, so now they got to throw some swords your way. You know, keep on talking. Page of Cups. Yeah, you're calling judgment and you're not involving yourself in these petty arguments because you got the message that there's something better. Page of Cups is a love offer, but it's not one that's here now. It's one that's coming. It's a don't settle. Something better is coming. Tell me about the Page of Cups. The Hermit. Follow your inner light. Follow your inner light, your inner guidance. This is like the shaman, which goes between the realms to get information, bring back medicine, bring back healing, bring back all that good stuff that we need. All the stuff that's been hidden from us, you can find in Hermit. Going between those realms. So this is a beautiful path. And you know what? With the Woodwives going between the realms, the Root Girl, the Web, the Watchers, and the Hermit, I think who I'm talking to is a shaman. Whether or not you're aware that's what you're doing, that's what this person is doing. Shamanic work. So that's amazing. If you're not familiar with that, but this resonated with you, that is your hint to do your research. Do your research, learn more. Because you're going to realize when you start learning about this, you're like, hey, I was just doing that, following my instincts. I didn't even realize I was transmuting this energy or, doing this or doing that. So this is your sign to look into that. Two of Swords, make that decision. Make that decision. All right, guys. So I'm going to leave that here. You end up with victory. Just don't get into the petty arguments. Handle yourself accordingly, according to the cards you are. So if you're questioning it, you're on the right path. You got this and it's beautiful. So until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side.